Every day, your phone can tell you exactly where you are. It can guide you to a new restaurant, help you find the fastest route home, or show where your taxi is in real time. Most of us use this technology without thinking about how it actually works. After all, how can a small device in your pocket know its location almost anywhere on Earth? Is it constantly being watched? Does it somehow know where it is automatically? The answer is much simpler. Your phone uses a system called GPS, which relies on satellites orbiting high above the Earth. By receiving signals from those satellites and doing some clever calculations, your phone can figure out its position. Let's see how that happens. GPS starts with a network of satellites orbiting high above the Earth. These satellites are not stationary. They are constantly moving in carefully planned paths around the planet. At any moment, several GPS satellites are visible from almost any location on Earth. This is important because your phone needs signals from multiple satellites to calculate where it is. Think of these satellites as helpers in space that are always available whenever your phone needs them. Even though they are thousands of kilometers above us, they work together to provide worldwide coverage. Before your phone can find its location, it first needs to listen to the signals being sent by these satellites. Each GPS satellite is constantly sending signals toward Earth every second of the day. These signals contain two very important pieces of information. First, the satellite tells your phone exactly where it is in space. Second, it tells your phone the precise time the signal was sent. Think of it like a satellite repeatedly announcing, "This is where I am, and this is the exact time I sent this message." Your phone listens to these broadcasts from multiple satellites at the same time. The signals themselves do not contain your location. Instead, they provide the information your phone needs to calculate it. The real magic happens when your phone starts comparing these signals and measuring how long they took to arrive. The signals sent by GPS satellites travel at the speed of light, which is about 300,000 kilometers every second. That is incredibly fast. Even though the satellites are thousands of kilometers above the Earth, their signals reach your phone in a tiny fraction of a second. Your phone carefully measures exactly how long each signal takes to arrive. The difference may be incredibly small, but modern electronics are accurate enough to measure these tiny time differences. This information is extremely important because if your phone knows how fast the signal traveled and how long it traveled, it can calculate how far away the satellite is. In GPS, measuring time is really a clever way of measuring distance. Once your phone knows how long a GPS signal took to arrive, it can calculate the distance to that satellite. The idea is actually very simple. Imagine a car travels at a known speed for a known amount of time. You can calculate how far it traveled. GPS uses the same principle. The signal travels at the speed of light, and your phone measures its travel time. Using those two pieces of information, it calculates the distance to the satellite. After doing this, your phone knows how far away that satellite is. But there is still a problem. Knowing your distance from one satellite tells you how far away you are, but it does not tell you your exact location yet. Imagine a GPS satellite tells your phone that it is exactly 20,000 kilometers away. That sounds useful, but it still doesn't reveal your exact location. If you only know the distance from one satellite, you could be anywhere on a huge invisible circle around that satellite. There are still millions of possible locations that match the same distance measurement. Your phone knows how far away it is, but not where on that circle it actually is. This is why one satellite alone cannot determine your position. To narrow down the possibilities, your phone needs distance measurements from additional satellites. The more satellites it can compare, the closer it gets to finding your exact location. Things become much more interesting when your phone receives signals from 3 different satellites. Each satellite provides a distance measurement, which creates its own possible location circle. With one satellite, there are countless possible locations. With 2 satellites, those possibilities become much smaller because the circles intersect at only a few points. When a 3rd satellite is added, the phone can compare all 3 distance measurements together and find the point where they match. This process is called trilateration. Your phone is not guessing where you are. It is using simple geometry to narrow down millions of possibilities into one specific location. But GPS can become even more accurate with additional satellites. In the real world, measurements are never perfectly accurate. Even a tiny error in timing can create a noticeable error in the calculated location. This is where a 4th satellite becomes extremely important. By receiving one more distance measurement, your phone can compare all the information and correct many of these small timing errors. Think of it like getting another opinion when solving a problem. The extra data helps confirm the correct answer. In fact, modern smartphones often use signals from many more than 4 satellites at the same time. The more reliable measurements available, the more accurate your location becomes. That's why GPS today is precise enough to guide you turn by turn almost anywhere in the world. At this point, your phone has distance measurements from multiple satellites. Now it needs to put all that information together and figure out where you are. This is where the phone does a lot of math behind the scenes. It compares the distances from each satellite, finds where those measurements intersect, and calculates the most likely location. While this sounds complicated, modern phones can perform these calculations in just a fraction of a second. In fact, thousands of mathematical operations may happen before you even open your map app. The amazing part is that you never notice any of this work. You simply see a blue dot on a map, while your phone quietly calculates your position using satellite signals. GPS stands for Global Positioning System, and its purpose is surprisingly simple, helping devices determine their location anywhere on Earth. Satellites orbiting high above the planet continuously send signals. Your phone measures how long those signals take to arrive, and then uses mathematics to calculate its position. This system works almost everywhere, whether you're in a city, driving on a highway, hiking in the mountains, or sailing at sea. The important thing to remember is that GPS doesn't magically know where you are. Instead, it calculates where you are by measuring your distance from multiple satellites in space. And that simple idea is what allows your phone to find your location almost anywhere in the world. There's always more to discover. Like, share and subscribe to Beyond Basics for more fascinating videos made simple.